Hey, if you're questioning whether Onward Bold is actually different from traditional Bold, then this video is for you. So here you go. Now, here's what isn't different, by the way. It is still a coaching, conditioning, and accountability course that is centered around the two things that we have control over, because they're the only two things we have control over. That is mindset and action, right? So that stayed the same. However, here are the things that are different. The mindset portion is structured completely differently. Gary worked with Jason Abrams and Jay Papasan, and they created the 10 bold truths. And that's what we cover every single day. Not all 10 of them, we cover them throughout the 6 weeks. And that's the major mindset portion of the course. On the sales side, on the action side, it's completely different. Where the original version of Bold, which changed my life and I am grateful for, hear that part, right? It could feel very preachy, very you do it this way or you're wrong. We give you options in this Bold because we know that we don't have a sea of 150,000 agents that are all robots, right? So we're giving different options. And anything that's in the material that isn't penned directly by Gary and his crew comes from one of his top 200 agents. So it's all proven, it's all being used currently. And I think that's important to know. We teach over a dozen lead generation plays that are non traditional, AKA maybe they're enjoyable enough that you might actually do them, right? We know that expireds and for sale by owners work and door knocking works and all of that. It's great, it's fine. We don't need to teach that. You already know it, and or there's a million classes you could take for it. We're giving you different things that are unique so that you might actually go out there and do what you know you probably should have been doing all along. What we consider lead generation, as far as from a tracking perspective, is different because we do still have a standard around two-way connections each week, but it looks differently, right? It can be phone conversations face to face. It can be text. It can be social media messenger. It doesn't really matter to us how many of each, how you do it. In fact, if all you ever do is text and social media messenger, as long as you're consistent, you'll be fine. So it's structured differently in that way. We have a ton of social media. We have a ton of AI. It's important because whether you like those two things or not, they're not going anywhere and they're a huge part of our business. So we cover them every single week. And the current Bold is structured in a way that it kind of layers upon each other each week. And so while there are individual focuses, when it comes to social media and AI, we're layering on skills that complement each other so that you're not doing the whole throw the spaghetti at the wall thing. That's a lot of what's different. Listing presentations, we give you multiple, and they're not from Command, they're not from some AI program. They are the listing presentations that agents at the top of the industry and the company are using right now. Same with buyer presentations. We're giving you tons of different conversation frameworks, so of course you still know what to say and when to say it. But at the end of the day, if you're still watching, what I want you to know is that when Gary sat down to rewrite this with his crew, he actually left all the old material out. Like he wanted to come up with something from scratch. Then when he was done, they poured back through the old materials and they did pull some things forward. After almost 2 years of coaching the newer version of Bold, here's what I'll tell you. It's 90% new material. There's about 10% carryover, and it's the type of carryover that if you ever loved the original Bold, you'll be happy that it's still there. But so that's what's different. So here's my promise to you if you've watched this. If you get there and you're like, you know what, this is the same thing, I will personally give you your money back. I really don't have a problem saying that because it is a completely different experience. It's still getting great results. You're still going to love it, but you will not feel like you're being regurgitated on for the 12th, 15th, 16th time. So if you have any other questions, please let me know. I'm happy to answer, and I trust I'll see you at Bold.